Hi guys, this is Leo from Codes and Posters, and today I'm going to talk about this quote here, which is: happiness is a journey, not a destination. It's quite an interesting idea because happiness is a state of mind, and we are in this we have this beliefs. I mean, happiness, what is happiness? It's like it's a concept, right? Happiness, what is to be actually happy? What is to be truly happy? How do you feel happy? And why do you feel happy? And why you don't feel happy all the time? Why sometimes you're happy and why sometimes you're sad? And why you just can't feel all this feeling of happiness all the time? I honestly think, and I'm not a scientist here, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any kind of doctor, but based on my past experience, I believe that happiness is a condition set by your brain when your brain have some sort of substances on your brain, and these substances they can naturally come to your brain, right? And they can come to your brain with the use of stimulants. So let's talk, for example, about serotonin, right? We have serotonin in our brains, in our body, and these hormones, they just regulate our mood levels, right? But they try to make a balance, they try to regulate. Our body, at least mine, don't bring serotonin to higher levels in my brain all the time. That's why I don't feel happy all the time. Sometimes I'm more happy, sometimes I'm more sad. It depends on how much serotonin my body is bringing to my brain. Depends on the level. And if I drink alcohol, then the substance of alcohol, it kinds of force the serotonin to come to my brain, and therefore if I drink alcohol, I become happier because this substance is pushing serotonin into my brain, is a stimulant. Same thing with coffee, with caffeine, not only coffee but also tea and any other kind of stimulants. If I drink coffee, I get more energy, and also I get more happy. I get more optimistic and I get more excited about things when after a cup of coffee. Why is that? Because my because the coffee is also another substance that acts as a stimulant and also brings more serotonin to my brain. And the same happens to cocaine, to MDMA, and I think all the drugs in general. They kind of put you in a state of happiness because they're changing the chemicals of your brain. So you could see, or you can make the conclusion that happiness, it's all a matter of substances that are in your brain. And the thing is that you can't put these substances in your brain. At least nobody discovered so far how to bring these substances to your brain, like serotonin, and keep them there on a high state, on a high level, without any complications, without any side effects. And that's why when you take something like coffee, for example, or you snort cocaine, or take any kind of drugs, these levels of serotonin over time, they get depleted, and then you go down. Your brain gets addicted to it. It causes addiction, and also the levels they cannot stay in your brain, and then suddenly they drop, and that's when you feel the depression, the post depression of taking these drugs. Like in the case of coffee, for example, you stay happy for 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever, and then after sometimes your body just feels down, and it feels like you need another cup to get you up again. And obviously you can get easily addicted to it, but you can't drink continuously expecting to be happy all the time, because your brain, that's the way I imagine. I imagine that your brain is like your biceps, it's like a muscle. If you stress with your muscle, with effort, with something, it will get tired at some point. And your body is always trying to, your hormones, they're trying to regulate your body so these things don't happen. And if you're stressing your body all the time with a drug like coffee, for example, you're changing the whole structure of your body. You're becoming, your brain is like breaking down. You can't have all these levels of happiness and serotonin in your brain. You can't have your brain stimulated all the time. At least nobody ever found a way. And I believe that if someone finds a way of doing that, of bringing happiness to your brain without any side effects, I think that person will become a billionaire. Not only a billionaire, I would say a trillionaire. Because that's what people want. People want to be happy. Happiness is the number one thing. I believe happiness, love. People want to be happy. People want to live forever. People want to love. People want comfort. People want power. People want these things. But these things, all these things, they are things that you get used to them very easy, very fast, and you just take it for granted after some time, right? And that's the paradox of life. You can be a millionaire, you can have the best lifestyle you can in your life, and after some time it's gonna be boring, because you're gonna get used to it. And you can see this happening with many people. Why do so many people with money, so many celebrities, they feel unhappy? Why do they feel like that? Why do they feel unhappy? Because I think they don't understand themselves. They don't understand their body and how their body works, and they don't understand how their mind works. And it's the same for me. I don't understand either. I'm just here giving my humble opinion on these matters, right? So I think that the first thing about this quote that you should understand, or you should take it as a learning, I guess, is happiness is there in your brain, in the day-to-day activities that you do. You should try to look for ways to live your life in your daily life, in your daily activities. You should try to seek for happiness, and the way the way to do that is, I think you should really try the best you can to manage your life, and you have to design your life to be happy, right? And the way to design your life to be happy, I think the first thing you should do is actually understand this principle that you can't be happy all the time. That's just not possible with your brain. Because your brain also wants you to be sad. So at the same time that you can't be happy all the time, it's also true that you can't be sad all the time, I believe. Or at least you should try to keep a balance, because I think living a good life, the principle of a good life, is the principle of finding balance in life, right? And so you should actually design your life so you can understand your emotions and you can understand your feelings much better, because then you don't actually seek for happiness. You don't seek for these things that you know that these are concepts, and these are things that society tries to manipulate you to believe that is possible. They wanna, if you look at advertisements and YouTube and everything, everybody looks very happy, right? And that's because everybody is only showing their happiness. They're only showing one part of themselves. They're never doing YouTube videos, or they're never showing on TV commercials or TV series or movies, whatever. They're not everything. We are very good at pretending, and we are very good at telling a story and kind of creating a fantasy out of nothing. Like, what I'm trying to say is that we humans, we always create stories. We always manipulate, or we try to manipulate our existence and our reality. We invent movies, we invent books, we invent people, we invent characters. And these people, when we show up to others in public, we just pretend to be something that we're not. We're just faking. We're just showing ourselves to someone else or to the world. Most of the times, I think, in our not authentic self, we're just putting a mask. We humans are very good in putting up masks and pretending and lying, manipulating and deceiving. We do that to others, and at the same time we do that to ourselves. And this is something like really really deep, really important for you to grasp and to think about. Think about yourself, like all the lies that you're telling to yourself. And think about the world, all the lies that the world is trying to bring to you and trying to convince you. Think about religion. Think about ideas, concepts. Think about movies. Think about the whole entertainment industry. It all looks so fake. Everything looks so fake. Everybody looks so fake. People are totally lost, pretending to be something else, pretending to be something above what they are, pretending to be perfect, not being honest, because nobody wants to have someone on a bad mood, right? Nobody wants to have someone. Nobody wants to relate with someone in their day-to-day activities that is like always depressed and always in a bad, negative mood, always saying negative things. We, in society, we tend to not look at these things. We tend to not be negative. We tend to pretend to not be negative, but deep down in our brain, we are having negative thoughts. We are all having negative thinking, but we're just not showing to the outside. And the reason we're not showing to the outside is because society doesn't want to hear. We created this idea in our Western world that negativity is bad, that you should be positive all the time and that you should be happy all the time. See, same thing with this quote. like some people might read this quote and think that happiness is there in the day-to-day things and you should be happy all the time, which is not true. You can't be happy all the time. But yeah, if you become a negative person, then people will criticize you, right? Or some people just become negative all the time and they can't see the happiness, they can't see the other side also, which can be there. Happiness can also be there. So I guess my point is what I understand from all of that is that in your life you should try to seek some balance. You know, try to understand that sometimes you're gonna be happy, other times you're gonna be sad. Sometimes life can be tragic. Sometimes things are not gonna go your way most of the time, and you should try to live your life and try to eliminate from your life the things that are not contributing to your happiness, you know. That's why I think it's also very important. You know, you should try to seek for happiness, try to be in the company of people that you love, and not that you love because they're happy all the time, but because you love them because they're genuine, because they are themselves, you know. And in a way, that's what I mean by design your life. And you try to design your life so you can have these things that you like around you, that you can do the things that you like, that you can enjoy living your life the way you want to live, the way you enjoy. Not knowing what the future is going to be, not depending on anyone. I mean, not being happy with yourself, by yourself, and not creating much expectations on anything or anyone. Trying to be yourself, be your authentic self, and trying to be surrounded by people that you feel happy with, that surround yourself with people that brings you joy and brings you happiness. Also understanding that relationships also have an ending. They do come to an end at some point, simply because people, they just change. Sometimes they change and it's something totally out of your control. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's something, I think that's what I have to say for now. Let's see how much time we still got. Here you go, time is over. Yeah, you know, first try to be yourself, be happy with yourself, seek the happiness inside of you. Also, understand that happiness is just an idea, it's just a concept. That this joy of living and being No, understand that you're gonna be happy sometimes and you're not gonna be happy other times. And that's normal. Don't try to look for this fake idea that you're gonna be 100% happy all the time. That I don't think this is true, and whoever tells you that is true, I think most probably they're lying. They're lying, they might even be lying to themselves. Okay, so I wish you peace of mind. Have a great day. That's one is for you. And see you next video. Bye.